Hey, to laugh, to love, to learn. Glad you came back. You are like the apple of my eye. I'm glad to see you again. To laugh, to love, to learn. Your nosy neighbor who keep you informed, who is not technically anybody special, but you are special. I'm glad you're here. You make me feel special. I hope I can make you feel that way. Just trying to uplift and encourage you today. Today, what we're gonna talk about is, oh yeah, them protests. They like, oh, those protesters are terrorists and they're terrorizing, and that's just like the old American way of feeding fear through the media, fake news or real news, because the fake news is real and the real news is fake. So basically, they saying it's fake news. So that people been killing black people in America forever is fake news, and just all these things that are being manipulated. So it just made me think about how they more likely to show a black man's picture on TV after committing a crime. Like, that's all you see, to put that fear in your mind, where it's kind of like we stereotype each other and we typecast each other. And if somebody is outside the box, we like, oh, black people don't act like that, or you're not black enough, or you're not urban enough, or like, who can define a black experience? So just wanted to say that for the people who like pick a side, pick a side. If you don't want to pick a side, you can. Like, it's other communities and pandemics in America, such as women equal pay, LBGT, etc. community. You know, there are homeless children who are being ignored. There are churches who don't do anything for the community. So I'm glad to see the churches stepping up. But with that being said, like, with people not being able to be in church, I just think it's so funny that a lot of churches in black communities don't help people. Be in the community, don't try to feed the people, don't get book bags for the people. Like, my church, I love them, like, I really do. But my mom's church, they give blankets to the homeless, and they give out Thanksgiving and Christmas baskets and backpacks and do events to help the community. So I just know when I do go back to church, I want to go to a church just trying to do something. And then just even with the corona taking people out of church, like, a lot of church people is realizing, like, nobody want to see them. I know it's kind of crossing the line, but I kind of think it's some stuff that needs to be talked about, like gossiping, defamation, slander, bearing false witness, lying on people, treating them bad on holy ground. Like, I think really I believe that God set down the churches because the churches was not a good representation of Jesus Christ or the body of the Lord. Because a lot of people don't believe in God because of people. It's the people. It's not God and Jesus and who he are and who he is and what he represents. It's the people they've encountered who treated them bad and tried to shun and shame them like they never done anything bad. Just because ain't nobody see your sins, or you don't voice them, or you think they're in the secret corners of the atmosphere. Anger is an issue in the church. Jealousy is an issue. Treating people bad. Like, come on. So I just feel like I just want to find a good church. Like, I'm not one of them church people who be like, oh, I'm perfect. I'm just reading you guys to make sure it's I covered everything about the church because it was a touchy subject, but just being in churches and trying to fit in, and then some church people want to act like they the only ones that know the Bible, and then some church people want to act like women can't do this and they can't say that. Like, even it was good ideas coming from women at our church, and people was turning them down like they was, but it's like, so what are you doing? What do you propose? They have no proposals. And even with that women submit, yes, women should be submit, but women are a part of the body of Christ, and we have something to contribute. But just patriarchal, male-dominated church where the women must not say nothing, and all this whoremongering is they don't want the women to talk to each other, like each other, because they know they are screwing people in the church flat out. All these different conspiracies and stuff in the church. And I'm just really glad the system broke down. So I think people will have a greater appreciation for God in these times of trouble. I'm just glad they stepping up and kind of saying something peaceful now. But we gonna see how this church roll back when we get back in here, because some of these ladies, church is not what you were. You know, they making people feel bad, young ladies feel bad. That might be the only outfit they got. And that might be what they like. You know, all these people been in church 20, 40 years, never got a breakthrough or a blessing. So, I ain't want to come too touchy, but everything's on in the open, open, open. Because, of course, I got some jokes about it, but can't do all that right now. But church is the only place where you're supposed to feel loved and safe and secure, and you don't feel safe and secure. It's a series. Darius Daniels, he entitled it "I Quit Church." So if you one of my young ladies or young men or older women or young men or whatever, whoever you are, check that out, because it's a lot of reasons people step away from religion, and it's more to the story than just, oh, they don't want to be in God, oh, they not being godly. And a lot of y'all don't get to see none of y'all family who feel like guilty, so they come to church just like on them guilt visits and bring the grandkids for guilt visits. I'm so glad I'm free from guilt visits. So they don't say this or that or this or that, but judge not, lest ye be judged. So we gonna see who the judge, who got the final say, what's in your heart. Because they say everybody going ain't going. And people who don't think they going, they going to be up there. So, is it a heaven for a G? I love you, you love me. Maybe. Bye.